So young Joe P, right? That's brother Joseph. That's his rapper's name. So he reached to Egypt, and as a slave. Then I mean, the favor of God is with the man. So he becomes a servant in the house of the Pharaoh. I think one of the not the Pharaoh. I think somebody who has a high position in Egypt, some kind of governor or something like that. So young Joe P is like a servant in the house, and he's young, and he's there with his headphones and doing his chores, and he's cleaning, he's cleaning and doing his chores, and he's rapping, learning his lines, and he's still with the same song, and, he's still with the same song. I'm the sun, my father is the moon. You are the sun, you gonna kiss my feet. So I mean, like he's rapping there. He's but he's doing his job well. But there comes trouble, man. There comes trouble. So there comes trouble. It's the wife of the Pharaoh, my son. The wife. Oh man. So this woman, is of course older than young Joe P. She's older, man, but she just has this spectacular figure. She just have she ain't ugly for sure. That Egyptian woman was not ugly. I mean, she was just like, the man is a pharaoh, a king, something like that. So those kings, they don't have no ugly wife. You don't see no king with an ugly wife. In those times, not in those times, man. So this woman she just have a spectacular body, just incredible body. So, but she looked pretty on the outside, but inside she's a witch, man. She's a witch. She's evil, man. She's just like a serpent, man. And she's eyeing young Joe P. She's just looking at the young Hebrew dude. And she's just looking at him, man, bringing down this dude, man. I wanna mess him up. I wanna mess him up. So she gonna try to seduce young Joe P. Just try to seduce the poor young man. So it's like, hey, hold your horses, woman. Hold, stop it, man. Stop it. This ain't right. I mean, and it's interesting that young Joe P didn't have the law of Moses yet. The law of Moses said you shouldn't commit adultery. But he didn't have that law yet. So, but he loved God. He knew that was wrong, man. You just don't steal somebody else's wife. You don't do that. You don't do that. That's wrong, man. It's wrong, man. So it's like young Joe P just run. He just run, man. He just run, man, because he's just like this witch wants to. I mean, the witch have a sexy body, but she ain't catching me, man. I'm running away. I'm gonna lose my job, huh? And and this woman is trying to. I can't offend God like that. You see, when you love God, when you really love God, you don't want to offend Him. You don't want to sin. You don't want to do what's wrong. When you love God, because you love God, it's not even a law that tells you don't do that. You just love God and you don't want to do what's wrong. So young Joe P love God, and he run away, man. Some people may call some friends of me, oh, you are a punk. You are a punk. I think punk is not a bad word, but you're a punk, Joe P. You're a wussy. I mean, how are you gonna skip that opportunity of having a woman like that? But no, young Joe P love a God, man. He ain't no fool. He love again, and he run away, man. He run. That's what you should do when you see temptation. Just run, man. You got some women that are serpents, brother. They are that which had a nice body, but she was evil, man. Because she falsely accused young Joe P And so young Joe P ended up in jail, man. He couldn't be killed. He couldn't be, but he respected his boss. He respected God. That's what it means to fear God. To fear God means to love God and to respect Him. You know, because you love God and you respect Him, you don't want to do what's wrong. It's just simple. It's not a matter of law which tells you don't do this, don't do that. It's just that you love God and you respect Him. You know, and you appreciate God, you value God. You don't want to do what's wrong. So young UP ends up in jail, man. He ends up in jail because this woman falsely accused him. That witch. I mean, she looked pretty, but she was a witch. You know, evil witch. You know. So young UP ends up in jail. He's still rapping. You know, he rapping out of experience. You know, he rapping out of experience. You know, and everything was a purpose. Everything was a purpose from God. God was behind the script. You know. So everything's a purpose. He ends up in jail, then something happens, and he like get promoted, and he becomes the after Pharaoh, the most powerful man in Egypt. So you see, he went from jail to the throne, from the pit to the throne. So you see how God works. So many lives were saved because of Joseph. You know, many lives were saved, man. God needed a man on the throne. God needed a Hebrew young man on the throne. God needed him there so he could preserve many lives. The process young Job have to go through. So now his brothers come. He calls for his brothers because there is like a hunger all over the world. There's only food in Egypt, and his brothers come and like, hey. He revealed himself to them. I'm Joseph. I'm brother Joseph, man. I'm young Joe P, man, bro. I've been through a lot, man, but I forgive you, man. I mean, he cried, you know. You know, he cried. Don't let nobody tell you like, men don't cry. Come on, man. I mean, if you feel pain, you're gonna cry. Somebody hit you, you're gonna cry, man. You're gonna say something, ouch, or something. When there's pain, there's gonna be tears, man. So don't go tell me, man, don't cry. I mean, so because the man was in pain, a lot of years of suffering. But he forgave his brother because he realized God use was bad. God used it for good. Ultimately, God brought out good, a greater good out of the bad. You know, all the bad that happened to young Joe P, to Joseph, brother Joseph, God used it for good. So his brothers are like scared, like, guys, you remember what we did to young Joe P? We throw it on the pit, and man, he may kill us, man. I mean, he may kill us, man. I know he brought us, but I think he don't care about that now. I mean, he on the throne, man. He gonna cut our throats. But now you and your P have learned a lesson, man. He have learned humility. He have learned forgiveness. He have learned compassion and mercy. And he's seeing from God's perspective. You know, God uses bad. Even the bad things that happen to us, God used them for good. That's amazing, you know. So he forgave them because he realizing God was behind the scenes. God is writing the script, you know. So even the bad can be used for good somehow. I don't know how God do it, man. God is a genius, man. I don't know how he does it, man. But he knows how he does it. So we see that's the story of young Joe P, you know, now. He got his record deal and he's one of the greatest Middle Eastern rappers in our biblical history. Eternally bless your heart. From the pit to the throne. You maybe feel like you're in the pit now, but don't worry, promotion coming.